Oh, hello.
Good.
Hey.
Par les jardins là-haut, vous savez, vers les toilettes.
Et regardez bien autour de vous.
모르겠네. 모르겠어, 그지?
바깥으로 가자, 바깥으로.
That's the suicide bomb. That's the suicide bomb.
가방이 있지 않아?
I live in your thoughts. I think about you all the time, morning, evening, and midnight. Such a wonderful delight. Forgo, give up everything that